How are ya? Good morning, good morning. It is Coffee Talk time. How are ya? I am first morning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week. We chat about what's going on in the world of weather. Hopefully get your day started off on the right note. Certainly when we look at the weather forecast today, we are starting off beautifully. I hope you've got plans for a great day. I hope no matter what is going on in your world that you are able to enjoy today. It is going to be absolutely beautiful. So let's do our best to get outside and enjoy. More storms in the forecast for us today. Some could get a little strong. We'll certainly have to chat a little bit about that. But there's also a great stretch of weather. You see that bike? He's wearing pants. Is that an indication? Very interesting. That said, good morning. Thank you for hanging out with us. Haven't been together in the last couple of days. Have had some family stuff going on. And my little guy still in the hospital, but we needed to get the big guy to school. So we were able to take Eric to school, and we're kind of playing, divide and conquer mode. So I'm back to work. Eric, my son, is back to school. And Jeannie is with Alexander in the hospital. Hopefully we'll be able to get him out soon. He is doing much better, though. So thank you so much for all of your concern. I'm going to be running over to the hospital just as soon as I can after Coffee Talk on my way into work today in order to make sure that he's taken care of just as well as he possibly can. All right, that said, enough about me. Can we chat about you? Can we chat about us? Can we chat about the weather? It is absolutely beautiful to start. You can see there are some clouds here over at the Kennedy Space Center. Current temperature out that direction, sitting comfortably muggy. Is that a thing? We're at about 75 degrees in Titusville. It's 73 degrees in Orlando. We're at about 70 for Ocala and the Villages. So it is comfortable. I do want to point out that our first warning live Doppler radar certainly quiet when compared to yesterday. There it is. Okay. I'm like, I know there's stuff. I saw it a second ago. Off the coast here of Volusia County, we are watching a few showers. As I kind of loop this, you can kind of see they're popping up and moving offshore. So did have a little bit of rain there across Volusia County. We widen the perspective back out. Nice, relatively quiet for us. Though off to our west, we do see some rains coming in here around the Big Bend. If I switch over to our Tampa Bay radar, you can see it is light shower activity. It is showing up on our live radar. So there is a little bit of rainfall here or there. I do want to point out that our 12-hour forecast does include some rainfall. Not so much this morning. There may be a hit or miss shower, but certainly later on through the day, we're going to be watching those rain chances. 1 o'clock, about a 10% chance of showers. 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, we're kind of working our rain chances up to about a 40% coverage. Is it going to be like yesterday? I think that the severity should be highest right along the East Coast. We kind of have an interesting little squeeze play of sorts going on atmospherically. So here's what's going on. Let's take a look. Cold front up to our north and west. As it moves in, right at about peak heating, we're going to start seeing the opportunity for some instability. So there are the chances of some showers and storms. Stephanie says, I realized last night I had no idea of what the weather was looking like this week because I hadn't seen you telling us. Excuse me, I forgot to look it up. That's really funny. Well, yesterday I was tweeting about the storms, and somebody was like, I thought it was supposed to rain all day this day or that day. And I'm like, I have no idea. At that point, I had barely known what time it was, what day it was. So, I was tracking storms because that's more of what we call nowcasting. But in terms of the forecast, had to kind of get back into it a little bit today. So, yeah. By the way, we did see some pretty decent stormy weather. I got just about 9/10 of an inch of rain at my house. So, definitely had some nice stormy weather in the area. The last couple of days, we've had some good little opportunities for showers and storms. And it's all because the humidity has been on the increase. And over the next couple of days, we're going to notice that humidity goes down just a little bit. Dew point temperatures, that is the easiest way to measure. And you can see dew point, you can see measuring dew point today, we're in the 60s. That's not quite to summer's values, but it's there. Then notice we kind of do take a little bit of a tumble. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we go from comfy air to more pleasant air. So that's good news. Why? Because we've got a cold front. So let's chat about it, shall we? Here's a look at your forecast this afternoon. Cold front will be sliding through, and certainly you'll notice it tomorrow. Comfier air sliding into town. And tomorrow looks great. Wednesday looks great. Thursday looks great. Absolutely wonderful stretch of weather. Today, think of it as kind of the last humidity day for just a little bit, and then we'll get back to it. Kelly's asking any recommendations on a personal weather station. I can tell you I use the WeatherFlow Tempest. I love it. It looks nice outside. I love that weather station. So if I were to make, I have no vested interest in the company, but I would say that yes, that's what I use. That's the system that I like. So good stuff. Today's forecast does look good if you're out and about. This is where I know my kids would like to be, Disney. We do have to watch for those showers and those thunder showers to fire up. So let's do this. Before we get any deeper, let's just take a look and see what Futurecast is going with for our rain chances today, okay? We start off nice and quiet, though the model is showing the rains. I think it's a little ahead of schedule. We did see the rains on live radar. It's a little further off the northwest. It's kind of out here still, but Futurecast is showing it, and we'll just kind of follow through time. Futurecast is showing a few showers, but fading it out. So now through, I'd say the early afternoon, we're looking quiet. And then into late afternoon, that's when the model's trying to say a couple of storms fire up around Brevard County. And it's because of that the Storm Prediction Center had placed us under a level 1 risk for strong to severe storms. But what's so interesting is it's literally right at the coastline. The rest of Central Florida is quiet, but there is a level 1 threat for strong to severe storms along the shoreline. So keep that in mind. Susan says, I'm in no hurry for the humidity to go up. Summer will be here soon enough. I am right there with you. Miss Barbara Ford, good morning to you. Kendra, I'm so glad to see you back on Coffee Talk because it means the little one is doing better. He is. I posted the picture yesterday. Let me share it again. I'll show you. This is him last night at 6 o'clock last night. For what it's worth, to me, he looks happy. He was eating fish sticks and rice. So he's doing better. Little by little by little, he's doing better. So I will certainly take that. Every little step in the right direction for our kids, I will certainly take. And hopefully by the time, the one thing that he wants to come out of the hospital, the one thing that he wants more than anything, he loves being outside. Outside. That's all he wants. Outside. That's all he wants. So, hopefully he'll be out of the hospital. I don't know that today will happen. Maybe tomorrow. Either way, once he comes out, all I want to do is take him outside. And these temperatures over the next couple of days should look pretty nice. 87 our high temperature today, sure. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we start to get a little bit better. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. We're now getting into the end of April. There are fewer and fewer and fewer opportunities for nice, cool air. So, we've got to enjoy this while we've got it. And I know it sounds silly. I know it sounds silly. But enjoy the subtly lower humidity. Because it's going, think about it. Summer is right around the corner. Our average high temperature is now 84 degrees. Look what happens when we get into May. Here's the monthly almanac for the month of May. Average high at the beginning of the month is 85. Average high at the end of the month, 90. Rainy season typically begins at the end of the month of May. So, we're right there. We're right there. We are right there. We must enjoy. Today hot. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Today is going to be a toasty day. But look at the 7-day forecast. And it's not just those afternoon highs, it's also these morning lows. Let's look at the morning low temperatures, okay? That obviously didn't get updated. Let's look at the morning lows. There we are. 64, 56, 58, 60, 64, 65. So again, just a step in the better direction. Yeah. Earth Day, by the way, right around the corner. And then, yeah, a couple of storms maybe around Saturday, maybe even more. But from the upper 80s down to the lower 80s, it's just a subtle break. Just a subtle break. You know, summer's right around the corner. Let's just enjoy this while we can. Becca, Saturday, my stepson and the family are coming down to put the fence. How's it looking? Couple of storms, but it's all in all, it doesn't look too bad at all. Roland, can I run doorless in my Jeep? I mean, I would say not knowing where you are today, because Brevard has the opportunity for some storms, and even north and west of town. But I would say that tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and even Friday, looking great. Take the doors off tomorrow, and you're good to go for a couple days. Yeah. Enjoy that Earth Day with being one in the earth. Love it. Stephanie, any thoughts on if we are expecting rain Saturday afternoon and evening? My husband's band is playing at the Apopka Amphitheater. That sounds amazing. Yeah, there's a couple of storms around. It's a little early to get into specifics, but yeah, that's the case. Nancy says, kudos to all the team members that covered, and the nice post from Wesh to you and your family. Pretty cool. Yeah, Kellyanne class, thank you. I ruined your Saturday. Thank you, my dear. Manalfi, I ruined your Sunday. Thank you, my dear. And then tomorrow I was supposed to work for Manalfi, but I'm solo parent child caring until Alexander and Mom get home. So I asked Cam Tran if she would switch with me so that I could work the day shift tomorrow and she could work the night shift. To which she was said yes, and I was grateful. I was grateful to her to say that. So the only one I didn't hose is Alex, but I hose him all the time. So, But I'm grateful to be a part of a weather team that takes care of each other. And I would step forward and say that we are always there to take care of each other. In this chapter of life, I would say that I've definitely had some more difficulties than most here recently, but it's the whole kids thing. But I'm grateful for that, and they all know that I would do anything for them at any time. So I'm definitely grateful for that. Definitely grateful for that. Scott, will it be windy on Saturday? Having a bounce house for the kids. At this point in time, it doesn't look overly windy, but we'll have to continue to dial in and see how that works. Nancy says you will be paying them back, covering shifts for them until the end of 2022. It always works out that way. You know how it works, Nancy. It always works out that way. Michelle, good morning to you. Wanda, good to see you back. Thank you, my dear. It is good to be back, although I'm ready to get over to the hospital and check in on my little one here in a little bit. Yvette says it's a great crew to help each other out. That's true. That's true. Making a family of your coworkers is important. It's true. And I will say, and I've said to interns, I've said to colleagues, this is a good team we have. And there is something to be said about that. You could go somewhere else and maybe you make more money. Maybe you have a better schedule. But do you have a team that cares for each other? Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. But I know that this is a team. They've hired good people. That's all I can, honest to goodness, that's all I can say is there are good people on our team. There really are. So I'm grateful. For what it's worth, my friends, I'm grateful. All right, so we're looking good this week. We've got temperatures continuing down for a couple of days, and then they go back up. Just a reminder, though, we're talking about climbing temperatures. We are also talking about hurricane season being right around the corner, for what it's worth. I did want to point one thing out real fast. I don't even know if this is loaded in my show. Hold on a second. Let me do a couple of things here. Okay, give me 2 seconds here. I want to set this up. I want to set a couple of tropical things up here. Hold on a second. Stand by 1 second. Ba, 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 ba. Stand by, stand by, stand by. I actually don't even remember what color table we use at WESH anymore. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. All right. So let's look off of our East Coast. I'm doing all of this to look off of our East Coast, okay? I know it says water temps. That should not say that. Hold on. I'll fix that. Okay. Okay. All right. So why am I looking off of the East Coast? Why does that have a tropical look to it, right? Ah, scary. I know. I know. There's no tropical activity that's positioned. But if you look out there, there's a reason I'm showing this. If you look out there, it does have a kind of interesting look, doesn't it? I'm not doing this to hype at all, okay? I'm not at all doing this to hype. But there's a reason I'm showing this. That area out there is tied to the early October part of the long-range weather pattern. Let me show you. Here's October 9th off of the East Coast, kind of this storm system. Actually, it's more like the October 11th deal. Yeah, there's October 11th, okay? Doesn't that look interesting to you? What I'm seeing off of the shoreline in our long-range weather pattern is this guy, the October 11th, 12th storm system. Now, if we were to, give me a second, I know, what is that radar? That's from last year. What's going on? I'm trying to pull this up. Let me pull up my LRC stuff. Okay. So, LRC. Stand by. All right, so here's the LRC stuff. All right. So, where are we? Today is April 18th. Let's just come down here. We're coming right up here on the October 9th and the October 11th storm systems. There were kind of a couple that were right off of our coastline, okay? October 9th and October 11th. Today's the 18th. So we're kind of coming up on the 9th and the 11th. Let's look and see what those two storm systems were. All right. So the October 9th storm system was kind of a storm system that pulled off of our coastline and lifted away. I think that that's actually the stuff from yesterday. And we can look at that in a moment. And then after that, there was this low from the Bahamas that kind of started to develop. Here it is, October 11th. I think we're running a couple of days early. So there's the storm system on October 11th. Then December 16th, you could kind of see it there. Not terribly evident. But if we look at the infrared satellite imagery live, I'm pretty sure that's the October 9th stuff there. That's the October 11th stuff there. So we are, and it's playing out, again, we're running like 2 days early, which that happens. But that's the October 9th storm system. By the way, the October 9th storm system, just so that we're all on the same page, if I show you my forecast for the October 9th storm system, Obviously, I'm not calling for it here in April, but I have it impacting coastal Carolinas late June and late August. Let's look at where it is right now. Coastal Carolinas. Okay, so that's right in line. This stuff here, if there were an impact, that would be the October 11th part of the weather pattern. That will cycle back around. It does have the opportunity to impact our eastern areas again, late June and late August. So, yeah, those are little pieces of the weather puzzle that we are watching. But again, I'm just pointing it out because this is the last version of these two before hurricane season. Kind of interesting that they're showing up already, right? But there they are. So this kind of cold front is going to, we're going to get into some storms today, but where are the storms impacting? Okay, let's just do this, to keep this trend. So if the idea is that the October 11th part of the pattern impacts Florida's east coast, let's look at a wide version of Futurecast. Just kind of come through time here. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, front's kind of clearing it all out, so that's good. But who's seeing the rainfall for today? Okay, it's the East Coast, and it's especially prevalent down here around Southeast Florida. So those are kind of little indicators looking ahead to hurricane season for us, and then the front kind of clears us out. What comes up after that? Okay, at the beginning of May, you've got the October 24th weather system. That was going to be the next one, the October 24th weather system, which was a storm system that kind of developed again out over the Bahamas and lifted north. There's a look at it as it's kind of pulling away from us. Okay, so that next one, that October 24th, is more of a like mid-Atlantic northeastern type threat. Again, that's not a major deal, but it's something. So, yeah, kind of interesting to see how that'll all play out. But at the end of the day, we're not all that far away from hurricane season. And again, just to go over this, and we talked a little bit about it last week, but there are the two hot spots highlighted in the WESH 2 hurricane season forecast. What we're looking at right now off the coast of Florida, that's one of our big indicators. Okay, you've got coastal Carolina, you've got coastal Florida. That's kind of one of the indicators. It doesn't look like it's wanting to go tropical in this cycle, but again, just something to look out for, right? But that definitely has like the look, right? If it was hurricane season, you'd be a little more like, what's going on? It's not hurricane season yet, certainly, but once this loops back around, that's the October 11th, right? So that's the October 11th, so April 21st. Where's October 11th come back through? Yeah, June 24th, and maybe a couple of days early. I would say June 20th through about the 24th. That's what we're going to be looking at, okay? So, yeah. For what it's worth, that's that. What you're looking at, by the way, that's my raw hurricane forecast. These are the dates that go into producing a hurricane forecast. But a little interesting feature there, nonetheless. A little interesting feature to look at, nonetheless. And we're going to continue. We're going to continue to track it, as I've said to you before. Once we get into hurricane season, these are going to be kind of the forecasts that we look at. Yeah. All right. Sound good, everybody? Any questions, comments, concerns? Aaron says, the east coast of Florida has been spared from major hurricanes for so long. Crazy how many hurricanes impacting the state are always used as something classic. Let's just hope it doesn't happen. Yeah. Barbara, so if you're ready to go on a cruise, how will that affect the ride? I mean, it may churn up the seas just a little bit outside of the Bahamas, but most of the cruises, unless you're doing a full Caribbean cruise, most of them kind of stay inside the Bahamas for protection in sea and because that's the destination anyway. So, yeah, not too bad. All right. So anyway, enough talk of the tropics. Just wanted to point that out. Kind of something interesting, right? For today, we're looking at 87, looking lovely. For tomorrow, 80. Looks absolutely, absolutely beautiful. Yeah. I like it. Anything forecast for mid-June, Crystal? Yeah. I've got the May long-range forecast put together. I'll do the June, July, August, the hurricane forecasts. I'll put those together for you. Okay? All right. Today, a couple of showers and storms on the East Coast and especially south of us. And then we look ahead to clearer, beautiful days ahead for your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. All right? All right, I will see you today for the 3:30 afternoon update, the afternoon coffee talk. There we will get together. We will chat, of course, about what's going on in the world of weather, update any of the storms that are firing up, and keep you up to date. And then coffee talk again tomorrow morning. Listen, thank you so much for hanging out. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. I will see you at 3:30 this afternoon. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. And yes, Marie, I will give Alexander the biggest hug from all of his coffee talk buddies. Thank you so much, guys.